On a beautiful late summer afternoon for football, we welcome you to Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Watch.
This is Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Dobbs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Dobbs. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. They hand this off to Harris, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Stiff-armed him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They run for it with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that's the score, 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Now Chubb on 1st down, able to work his way forward for about 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked. And
all right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On 1st down, Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On play action, it's Dobbs. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Harris, and all the way way down inside the 5 to the 4. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. On second down, this is Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. On 1st and 10, Dobbs. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On 1st down, Harris. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. First down, Mayfield. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 96 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They run with Harris. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On 2nd and a couple, Dobbs. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Here's Jones on the return. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll run on first down. It's Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Dobbs to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. To throw is Dobbs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to off.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Steelers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw for...
Taking it right down Broadway. The 40. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead was short by 1 minute. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Mayfield's throw there caught by Gallup. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And, that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. They tried to throw on 2nd down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Mayfield. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Mayfield off the play fake. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7. Phenomenal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Throwing here, Dobbs. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the screen pass.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run. Here's Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. But 209 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Let's go. 54 Mike.
On 1st down, Downs to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now Harris. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now here's another carry for Harris. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Here's Dobbs to throw. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will extend this big lead. kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Chubb on the counter, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he completes this to Russell Gage. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Russell Gage, 35 yards. And the Browns are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Back to throw Dobbs. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
QB's trash. Let's go.
Mike 28. Mike 28.
Trap 60. Trap 60.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 16. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Hey, number 28, Mike.
Dobbs is throwing. Able to hit his target, Claypool. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll set up to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth there to make the grab. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. 2nd and 3. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Pittsburgh, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.